Welcome back to another edition of Coffee Time with TD. Move over, Rover, and let TD take over. Be good or be good at it. God is great always in always. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. You know it is my favorite day of the week because we get busy. We got to finish the week strong. So, tensions are rising between President Donald Trump, Billy Big Bollocks, Delbert the Dumbass, and President Putin. After President Donald Trump shortened the timeline for Putin to make a ceasefire deal with Ukraine. It was originally 50 days, now it's 10 to 12, so we're probably right now on 10 days, right? Nothing's going to happen. Now, I know that President Donald Trump fancies himself as a strong man, lawman, all that shit, even though he's a fucking draft dodger, right? And I know that President Donald Trump aspires to be Putin, Mussolini, Stalin, et cetera, et cetera. He wants to be a dictator. That's what he wants. Kim Jong-un and Putin. And there's a little bit of me that thinks that President Donald Trump has finally figured out that Putin is treating him like a hoe. And I'm a little bit surprised that the rest of the world hasn't figured out that they could treat President Donald Trump like a hoe as well. But, you know, it's possible that they're just slow to get to the party. Do I think we're headed to WW3? No, I do not. I think that there's a good possibility that President Donald Trump will extend this timeline or sanction, right? Sanctions. No one gives a fuck. No one gives a fuck about sanctions in Russia. No one. It's laughable. And if sanctions are the path that President Donald Trump goes down, it's a fucking embarrassment. It's an embarrassment. It is. So it's going to be interesting to see how the next couple days work out. But here's the thing. Never underestimate just how fucking stupid someone can be, right? So President Donald Trump, Billy Big Bollocks, Delbert the Dumbass could very well dumb fuck us into a WW3, even though I doubt it. Because Putin and Russians have a very different personality. They will push the button and say, fuck it, we all can go. And I just can't see it happening, right? I just can't see President Donald Trump going down the path of really getting into a conflict, a war with Russia. Tensions might rise, temperature might rise, rhetoric might rise, all that bullshit. But at the end of the day, I think that's exactly what it is. Bullshit. Right? There'll be sanctions, probably, an extension, this, that, or whatever. And it'll amount to fucking nothing. Because at the end of the day, President Donald Trump is not willing to go the distance to start a conflict or war with Putin and Russia. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. It's always good to know just how fucking stupid you are. And I think President Donald Trump knows just how fucking stupid he is. Knows what limit he can take it and when to back off. But here's my other thing. Both of the wars, the conflicts that President Donald Trump said he was ending on day one, man, are a booming. Russia, Ukraine, Palestine, Israel, Gaza. Right? Ending on day one. The wars are a booming. President Donald Trump's walking around with his pecker in his hand. Right? We can see the starvation in Gaza. And we also see the fact that the hostages have not been returned to Israel. And my personal feeling is until all of the hostages are returned to Israel, the starvation is going to continue. Netanyahu is a tyrant. And until the hostages get returned, the starvation in Gaza will continue. But my thing is, President Donald Trump. Both were going to be ended on day one. Hostages returned on day one. Or there'd be hell to pay. More bullshit from President Donald Trump. Delbert the dumbass. Billy Big Bollocks. A man who I absolutely believe is fucking delusional. Let me know what you think of the conflict, temperature, climate rising with President Donald Trump and President Putin. Love you.